Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to a little enhancement on our Tuesday wellness classes. We are shifting to a wellness made simple philosophy and really making it simple, making sure that everybody is aware of those essential things that are foundational to our health. And then each week we're going to touch on and emphasize a specific topic. And so this week we're going to be focusing on mood. Particularly, one of my favorite ways to manage mood is using our moon signs, like understanding our moon signs and using essential oils and things for that. So we'll lay the foundation, and then I'll show you the tips and tricks around moon signs, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm using a different screen. Let me just get this sharing. And then, all right. Okay. So here is our Wellness Made Simple. We're laying that foundation, and then we'll get into understanding our moon signs and some tips and tricks along that. So first off, as you might guess, I love science. And so this is a science-based approach to foundational wellness. And so I will show you how simple it is, yet all of it's backed by science. A lot of times we're feeling overwhelmed with different conflicting health advice, but really if we get back to the basics, that is the real place to start. It's not about fads. It's not about some, kooky thing. It's coming back to the basics with quality. So with foundational wellness, there's a good and there's a better, there's a best. All right. And so we're going to walk through those quickly to help set that foundation. First off, with doTERRA, the essential oils, it's more than just essential oils. We have the keys in doTERRA to be able to lay the foundation for wellness, creating a healthy home with trusted resources and the ability to nourish our whole body and lay that foundation. And we get to take the guesswork out of our wellness care, and we won't waste any more money spending money on stuff that does not work, because it might be the latest fad and there's really not science to back it. And you're not quite sure, is this the best quality? doTERRA has proven itself to be the top quality in not only essential oils, but raising the bar with supplements as well. So with that strong foundation, it really only takes 2 minutes a day. Isn't that a great relief? Laying this foundation, it does not take a lot of time. So it's really just 2 minutes in the morning. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm starting to kind of show that little 2-minute routine and share some of my thoughts in the morning. It's been a commitment for me to be vulnerable with y'all and coming on live. So yeah, a little bit of an accountability thing for me as well. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I got started on these products when they came out in September at convention, and got my teens on them right away. And so I wanted to see how their health was once we got started on these different vitamins, if they liked them better, because it's only a once a day thing. And for the first time in years, both of my kids stayed healthy through both big breaks, holiday breaks, both the Thanksgiving break and the December break. And they've had a little bit of the sniffles here in the early parts of the year, but nothing's really come of it. And so that's been nice. And I've been able to stay healthy as well, which has been incredible. And I know it's I'm not saying it's definitely because I proved it now that this is why, but it's really the main thing we've changed. So it's good evidence for me, at least. And So yeah, try it for yourself and see if you can feel the difference and see the difference with how many days you might lose from work, being out sick or your kids being out sick. And it's tasty. It's actually tasty too. It's something to look forward to. Like I said, it's sustainable and science is at the core. So the good is starting with that nutrition foundation. You're probably not surprised by this, is starting with the nutrition foundation. So those daily dose of vitamins and minerals, greens and essential oils, all together. It's delicious. It's easy. Liposomal delivery system, and you have the methylated vitamins as well. So with that, it allows for, on average, some higher, some a little lower, these different minerals and things, it's 5 times more absorption, 5 times more bioavailable. So you are, yes, I just had a comment come through. It tastes so good. Yes, I know. If you're here live, I could, in class here with us, you're going to be able to taste it. So come to the class live if you can. I can give you the details, just comment below. And the advantage of this 5 times the bioavailability, it means your body can use it better, right? And it's only once a day. It's amazing. So here's the statistics on some of the vitamins. Now it says lasts in the bloodstream for 8 hours. So you're able to use it. Your body has it available to it for 8 hours. But the thing is, they only tested it for 8 hours max. And so it was not gone after 8 hours. It was still pretty darn high. So we will see, I'm excited to see, because I know they're doing more research, like how long it really does stay in the bloodstream for our body to have it readily available, because it is longer than 8 hours. All right. Oh, look, iron, 6 times the bioavailability. I've been having a lot of conversations with people. Yeah, we've been having a lot of conversations around iron and the necessity and how it can be very difficult for a lot of bodies to metabolize and use iron. So this is a really cool thing. I was really hopeful when I heard this. Okay, the better is to add omegas. Omegas are one of the things that especially in America, people are the most deficient in. And they're so important, these fatty acids. The proven results that have been tested with our omegas is that it actually increased omega-3 levels in the bloodstream. A lot of the omegas out there, when they're actually tested for being in the bloodstream, it did not show a significant effect. Ours shows a significant increase in omega-3s in the bloodstream, which means less inflammation, a decrease in diastolic blood pressure, and a decrease in resting heart rate. That is so significant, since cardiovascular health is the leading cause of death in the United States. Even with the rise of cancer, it still tops the chart. Best is to now also include our gut, all right? Probiotics. Most everybody knows about probiotics, and gut health is going to be the main topic of our class next week. So stay tuned. Make sure you join us next week, and we'll cover more on that. Maybe some tasty recipes. And if you join us in person, then you'll be able to taste some of those things. But we'll talk about digestion, talk about gut health, and really gut health equals mental health as well. All right. So very powerful. Our PB Restore is that probiotic that is my personal favorite, but my kids really like, my teens, so they're 16 and almost 15. They're like these little pixie stick things, okay? And they're super tasty. No sugar though, still, okay? Still like stevia, I believe it's stevia in there, and a healthy stevia. Oh, sorry, xylitol. It's xylitol. So don't let your dogs eat it. Okay. helps our immune system function, helps with actually getting rid. It has what's called bacteriophages, helps get rid of the bad bacteria as well. So they've got a bunch of wonderful stuff in this, including 24 probiotic strains. A lot of the research that they've done on probiotics have only been with 2 strains. So all the really cool research that is out currently regarding probiotics and mental health, it's actually only with 2 strains. All right, so you have your good, your better, and your best in regards to laying that foundation. And when you have that foundation, everything else you do for your health is going to be up-leveled. A lot of times when I'm working with people and working with the oils and different clients, and they might reach kind of a plateau with it. And my first question is, are you laying the foundation? Are you on the VMG? Are you doing a good, better, best? And if their answer is no, like that's my top recommendation, because that will up-level everything. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you just rip open the VMG sachet here, pour it into your water, shake it up, get your omegas, your probiotics, and sip it down, and then breathe in some essential oils like peppermint or something, and you are good to go for the day. So rip it, sip it, and drip it, all right? Some cool testimonials here. So a lot of the results that people are experiencing are on the screen: more energy, better digestion, better focus, improved sleep, better mood. And we're focusing on mood today. And we can really build a great foundation. So doTERRA has these nutrition products and such, they are the foundation. And then all the other things along the wellness pyramid are available to us to up level. And so we're going to be talking about like rest and stress management today with the mood and talking about moon signs. And one of the really cool things is if you are doing this, doing these wellness bundles with the VMG and at least the better, okay, so the VMG and the omegas, you get a free essential oil, like one of our foundational oils every single month. And so you will have a great essential oil medicine cabinet to help with those acute issues that come up. And you have coaches like me that will be there for you to help you learn how to use them, know how best to use them for your family. And you can have this natural medicine cabinet. It's super great. Okay. So I won't go into all of these, but I do want to touch on peppermint because it is amazing. It's super energizing and it's super, it helps with oxygenation of the blood. It's cooling, helps with the respiratory system, helps with the digestive system. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of essential oils in a sense, all right? And so the cool thing about that is I'm going to show you how to get it for free as well. So here it is. When you get that foundational wellness bundle of at least the VMG and the omegas, you get this beautiful glass shaker bottle for free and a free peppermint. All right. And so I brought mine here to show you. I put it back in this little box. So let me put it here and hopefully it won't. I'm going to stop sharing for a second and go to there. Okay. So this is it. Okay. And it's like, this is no flimsy glass. All right. Now I used it this morning. That's why it looks a little cloudy. It seals wonderfully. It has a little shaker in there and it's like a beautiful glass container Who here has theirs? Okay, 2 of you do. Do you love it? It's so great. And it seals so easily. You know how sometimes it's like, did I thread it correctly? Did I not on some of these things? And it's like you get it right first time every time. I love it. And then the little mini peppermint, like we've been talking about, is great. So wonderful. And yeah, just absolutely fantastic. So comment below if you would like to get a link to purchase and have other questions about it. It's the fact that me and my kids can start with that foundational nutrition, like fresh organic fruits and vegetables, basically, and great fish oils and probiotics and stuff like that first thing in the morning. Like that is so, like, to get them to do that, to eat fruits and vegetables every morning, it would be so expensive to do, right? And nearly impossible in any other form, right? And so super grateful for this. Okay. So I want to shift gears and talk a little more about the about mental health, specifically with the moon signs. So if you are, if you're familiar with your natal chart, there's a lot of different ways. Sorry, I'm getting this all picture-manited. I'm going to make everything disappear now. Okay. Oops. Open. And slideshow. Like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Here we go. All right. And present. All right, so we'll touch on this really fast, and this is so much fun. Like my background is in biology and chemistry. I am a science teacher, and so to learn about astrology, it was outside of my comfort zone. But when I learned about it, I'm like, this makes so much sense. All right, so I'm really excited to share with you what I've learned. You're going to learn about moon signs, how they impact us. You know a little bit about essential oils. I'm going to teach you the basics of it, how to use essential oils to maximize your moon sign. Okay, so you'll also get an ebook from me on the handout. There's a QR that you can scan. Just comment below ebook, and I'll get you the link to the ebook as well. And tonight we're actually going to be making some candles, some like moon signs candles. It's going to be super fun. So I have a degree in biology and chemistry, master's in education. I've been using essential oils for, I need to change this, over 13 years now. And I'm a master level Reiki practitioner. Been doing that for almost as long as I've been doing essential oils, but really brought it to the forefront of my business 2 or 3 years ago. And then I've just been loving astrology for about 3-4 years now, and it's been super fun and just very powerful, very impactful. And so your moon sign, everybody knows their sun sign typically, because it's like, oh, I'm a Gemini. Oh, and that's like where the sun was at the time of your birth, like what star constellation it was aligned with. But at the time of your birth, where the moon is and all the other planets also can have an impact on different aspects of us, just have tendencies. This is all about tendencies and understanding ourselves so that we can be prepared, not scared, as one of my favorite astrologers, the tarot lady, always says. And so the moon is in a new sign every 2 to 3 days. So even though I'm a Gemini, my moon is in Aquarius. All right. And later on, we'll use the handout to figure out your own moon sign. I'm just going to go through these really quickly, and then we'll work with you one-on-one to figure out your moon sign and make your candle, and it's going to be great. So before, I'm going to see. All right, so I want to show you something really fast. Those of you watching online, I'm going to stop sharing for a second to make sure. Okay, so when we think about astrology and our natal chart, we want to, how we understand it is it's like the different signs, the zodiac signs, are actual star constellations. And so when we're saying that something is in line, we're saying a literal line. And what do you need for a line? You need 2 points. And so those 2 points are the star constellations that are outside our solar system, and then the Earth itself. Okay. And so I know that like, oh, everything is rotating in our solar system, everything's rotating around the sun. But like in physics and things, we learn about how you can set anything as a point of reference and then observe how the world or how things move around it. So we can hold the Earth as our reference point and see how the sun and all the other planets move in reference to the Earth and the constellations. Okay, so your natal chart, and it's like that round chart with all the lines and stuff, that is a snapshot of the sky at the time of your birth. All right, so in mine, the Libra's here for me, and they're always in the same order, and then like Gemini's up here. So for mine, the sun was in line with the constellation of Gemini. All right, that's why it's my sun sign. But my moon was over here in line with the constellation Aquarius. All right. And so the moon governs your emotional tendency. Your sun is like your core, and the moon is your emotional tendencies. And so if we can understand our emotional tendencies and those like we care deeply about, like our children or our spouses, significant other, it helps us serve them and be able to connect with them on a much deeper level and be able to communicate in a more effective way. And that's why I love teaching this class. So hopefully that helps understand how like a natal chart is created. All right. And we can look at yours. Let me know if you ever want help with that, and I can definitely help. All right, let me get the presentation back up. Okay. All right, so essential oils, there's 3 different ways to use them: aromatically, topically, and internally. Aromatically helps with the mood. That's what we're going to focus on tonight because it's directly connected to the limbic brain that controls mood, emotion, heart rate, blood pressure, those different things. Topical, if you have a specific area of concern, like if I have a sore elbow, Deep Blue is for help with inflammation and stuff like that. And the Deep Blue stick is approved for even arthritis pain. Okay. And so I'm not going to breathe the Deep Blue stick in for that elbow pain. I'm going to rub it topically on there. Rule of thumb is dilution is best, especially at first when you're getting used to using essential oils, because 1 drop goes a long way. So in some of your unscented lotion or olive oil or jojoba oil or fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil is what you'll see doTERRA use a lot because it's the strands are like a medium lipid, and so it doesn't like a size of it, so it doesn't hold the molecules too tight to the skin, but it also doesn't let them escape too quickly either. It's nice like in between length for those chains. And internally is the other way that we can use essential oils. Now, this is exclusive to doTERRA for me personally. There's a lot of companies out there, but doTERRA's purity, their quality standard is far above anybody else I've ever seen. And I've done a lot of research, and there's even companies that say that they're pure oils, yet they don't even recommend to take them internally at all, which if you have peppermint or lemon or something like that, basil, we cook with those all the time, those herbs all the time. So if they're not confident that you can use them internally, then they are not confident in the purity of their product. That's all there is to it. So essential oils are safe. They are effective because they work inside and outside the cell. And they're affordable. We're talking pennies per dose, okay? We already covered the ways to use them. I'm gonna go through this really fast. This is my slide that I would work with people online to help them find their natal chart. Okay, so astro.com is a place that I like to go with it. It's pretty straightforward, and you can have multiple people's data in there. So this is my natal chart, and you'll notice the Gemini sign there, the Libra sign there, the Aquarius sign there, if you're familiar with the signs. If not, you'll learn them here shortly. And I just want to show you the circled areas. I have my sun and my moon right there, and it tells me what it's in. Your rising sign, we won't cover that, but we're going to be doing some Saturday workshops where we're not only going to cover your moon sign, but also planning in regards to the moon. What are great activities to do when the moon is in different signs, and even manifestation using the phases of the moon, and including your own natal chart and what works for you. It's so much fun. I love doing this. I've been doing it for years through community ed, and I'm excited to expand it. So that's just seeing mine's Gemini and Aquarius for my sun and my moon. Okay, so on your things, on your handout, I would like to invite you to make sure you download the ebook. Put ebook in the comments if you are wanting my ebook that has all of this information in it, and I'll get that to you. And so you can pull this up and have that information. But I also want you to write on your handout, and if you're watching from home, grab a piece of paper and write the signs as they come up, so you can get used to and start memorizing those signs, because sometimes it'll say Aries, but sometimes it'll just show the sign for Aries. And I want you to be able to know what that is. All right. So I've comboed these two essential oils. Now here's my little book. When I was first learning about these, and so the origin of these blends that I've put together, it started out as a little more complicated blends with like 4 different essential oils to go with the high vibe and low vibe aspect of each sign. And when I got done, it was like a whole bunch of oils, like 32 oils, which is not a great starting place for people. And so instead, I looked at doTERRA's blends and I saw which ones had the oils that I worked with for these different signs, and put them together. And you can even see, I have my book here, and it has my notes and things with when I was making the blends and trying. And this is from my own experimentation. So please try these blends, try different things. Let me know what works for you. And I would love to hear your awareness. I even have some of the dates on here as I was trying to keep track. It's super fun. I'll always cherish this. And it's a cool book. All right, so the simplified one, I use the blends Serenity and Cheer for Aries. So the symbol for Aries is right here. And then I've also incorporated crystals. I'm actually working on my crystal healing certification as well. I have some people in the room who are crystal healers. They're already certified. So I'm just going to follow in their footsteps. And so I work with Judy Hall's book, because you'll notice these are not your typical stones for a sun sign, because the moon, the emotional side of this is different. So in Judy Hall's book, like Crystal Astrology, I think it's called, she has stones for your sun sign, stones for your rising sign, and then stones for your moon sign. Okay. And so there were different options there. These are the ones that resonated with me, but they might be different for you. So aventurine is one for Aries. Okay. And so when the moon is in Aries, or if you have a moon sign that is in Aries, you tend to be pretty fiery and feeling empowered and passionate. But also you might have the tendency to feel irritable or closed-minded and maybe impulsive. And so you get to watch out for that. You get to be aware when some of the more quote unquote negative emotions arise in you, you get to bring awareness to that. And I used to think, okay, we just need to get rid of them and move into high vibe. No. We're missing the lesson in that. Okay? We're missing the lesson because if we don't sit with those negative emotions just a little bit and listen to the message that they're trying to give us, then we're just going to repeat the cycle over again if we don't learn those lessons. So, okay, why am I feeling irritable? What's the message behind that? What's the feedback it's trying to give me? Feel into that, honor it, and then choose to move into the higher vibe of empowered and passionate. And these essential oil blends, Serenity and Cheer. So I'll do like 1 or 2 drops of each in my diffuser, or like on my bracelet or something like that. Or I even have lava beads on my earrings, or roll it on my wrist, whatever. As long as I'm able to smell it, it's having that impact. And even if you're not conscious of the smell, if you go down and, oh, I can still smell it. All right. Then it is still working for you. Okay. Taurus. If you have a Taurus moon, you tend to be pretty persevering and stable. The tips underneath there, it might have some tips regarding good things to do when the moon is in these different signs. And so you can be looking at that as well. But I'm going to just touch really quick on your own personal tendencies if you have that moon as like that moon sign. Okay. So if you have the moon sign in Taurus, if your moon was in Taurus at the time of birth, emotionally, you are pretty persevering and stable. You like to be grounded in intentions and ready to do those hard things. Like if you're like checking boxes and getting things done helps you feel secure. Okay. And those like feeling secure emotionally. But low vibe, you could be materialistic and stubborn and kind of have a possessive streak. So you get to be aware of that and see what sort of feedback it's trying to give you. What need is it bringing to the surface when you're feeling those negative emotions? Rutilated quartz is great to pair with that. And there's a sign for Taurus. So the circle with like the horns, okay? Adaptive and Northern Escape are great ones for that. The more basic, not basic, but the blends, where did my cursor go? Where did you go? Here. Hello? Okay, here we go. It was spearmint, black spruce, oregano, and patchouli. That's another option if you're doing individual oils of like single oils and not the blends. The combos of the blends are nice because it's a total of 10 oils. And 10 oils is a lot easier to carry around than or have like at work or whatever than 30, right? Okay, so Gemini, okay? If you have a Gemini moon, you tend to be very, very rational, very social. You're wanting to communicate a lot. Creativity may really be your heart song, maybe a writer, like you feel good when you're writing. Low vibe can be inconsistent, anxious, or depressed, all right? Because that next new thing might be like the thing that drives you and like helps you feel good, but you might end up getting overwhelmed in things. So blue lace agate, balance and breathe are great. And then I'm a Gemini, so I really love this single oil blend too. Cardamom, spearmint, blue tansy, and bergamot. My friend Kim, her and I are like probably the biggest fans of blue tansy that I've ever seen. Like, we love blue tansy. It is so great. And it's so dark blue. It's crazy. So you'll have to experience it sometime. All right, Cancer. If you have a moon in Cancer, you love to nurture people. Like, you need to be taking care of people and nurturing them. You might really find peace in like cooking a meal for somebody, like doing some different like kind of nesting type activities. Okay. And when the moon is in Cancer in general for people, there we have more tendencies towards that. And my invitation for people that have a moon in Cancer, when the moon is in Cancer again each month, because it happens each month, let it be your time to rest, to do some self-care and some nurturing on yourself, because that's sometimes the last person that especially moons in Cancer tend to do. So, and the Cancer symbol, it's a 6 and then another 6 underneath it. And the other blend is marjoram, clary sage, bergamot, and lime. I can't use other numbers. I'm a junior high science teacher. Too many people will laugh. So a high vibe of a moon in Cancer, like I said, it's also very empathetic. All right. So be able to lean into that. Use that. It's kind of a superpower to be able to like feel what other people are feeling. And so as long as you're learning how to keep good boundaries, and giving yourself space to process and room if it becomes too much, giving yourself what you need, then yeah, do it. Leo, this is the Ariana Grande sign. So it's like, you know, the little head and the big old ponytail. On Guard and Serenity are great ones for this. And Lamar and Carnelian are great stones to pair with it. When you have a moon in Leo, being like letting yourself shine out in the world is your happy place, is your emotional security. Like being able to shine and having that kind of like external recognition in a sense, but you're sharing your brightness with the world. And when you share your brightness with the world and allow space for others to shine, because that's the beauty of Leos. Leos that are in that high vibe, they're competent, they're confident, and they allow people to share the spotlight with them. It's low vibe when they become self-centered and they're not able to, so they're feeling emotionally depleted if they are, they're feeling like other people are stealing the spotlight from them, okay? With a moon in Leo, another blend you can use is Citrus Bliss, Cedarwood, Ylang Ylang, and Wild Orange. Okay, Virgo, so it's like an M and then it like goes down like that. You have Citrus Bloom and Northern Escape paired with Peridot. And with Virgo, this is wonderfully grounded and discerning, and you love having things in order. Like a lot of Virgos love having things that are matching. They like things very neat and orderly. If there's chaos in there, then it might be very emotionally difficult. Make them very nervous and insecure feeling if there's a lot of chaos around. They could become obsessive and judgmental though, if it's not in the right order that they think it's in, right? And if they can remember that the order that they feel good with, it's not about being right or wrong. It's what feels good for them. And that might not be what's best for somebody else. And so giving people again space to have what they need and still giving yourself the opportunity to have what you need is important there. So patchouli, Douglas fir, grapefruit, and geranium is another one for moon in Virgo. There's that Virgo sign again. There's one of my favorite diffusers, the Rome diffuser. All right, so Libra, cheer and adaptive are great oils with rose quartz. Libra is very heart-centered. They're peacekeeping. And so the cooperation and peaceful and all of that. Like Libras love justice as well a lot. And so wanting that equity for people. So you want the peace. Libras want the peace. They want everybody to get along. And so if you have a Libra moon, conflict is super duper scary. And so wanting to make peace with other people, a lot of times they might put aside their own needs for the needs of others. So that's the invitation a lot of times for a Libra moon, is to be able to honor what they need and not put others above them all the time. Geranium, lavender, rosemary, and ginger. I was on quite the geranium kick when I was making these, apparently, on a different, because you'll see that come up quite a bit. So on the Libra sign, you got that there. Okay. Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, especially Scorpio moons, can get kind of a bad rap of being like moody or something like that. But Scorpio is a water sign, and it's one of the most in tune water signs of the water signs. Okay. And water signs are emotions. They are deeply feeling, they feel deeply emotionally. So if you have a moon in Scorpio, you are wicked intuitive, most likely. And your BS meter is like fantastic. All right. But it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust because if somebody hurts you, if you have a moon in Scorpio or a sun in Scorpio, it hurts deep, really deep. And so the invitation for Scorpios is learning when it may be safe for you to open back up your heart to somebody who has hurt you. Okay? Rutilated quartz is great to pair with Moon in Scorpio. Siberian fir, petitgrain, cassia, and bergamot are great oils for Scorpio as well. Again, the top two oils, and on all of these, the top two oils help to enhance the high vibe, and the bottom two oils help to mitigate the low vibe. That's how I put together these blends originally. Okay, Sagittarius. When the moon's in Sagittarius, this is a great time for travel. All right. It's a great time for adventure. So a person with a moon in Sagittarius or a sun or something prominent like that in Sagittarius, they love adventure. All right. They love adventure. And so they also love truth telling. And so one of the difficult parts with a moon in Sagittarius, they feel like they need to like shout their truth at everybody all the time, even when it might not be invited. Okay. And so I love sharing this aspect of it with people because it's helped so much for my relationships. And it's asking the invitation, putting out the invitation first before you share your truth. All right. And so like with my teenage daughter, if she's sharing something with me and I might think that I know the answer, right? Or your best friend and you're like, oh, I'm just going to tell you what to do, right? Instead, asking, do you want me to brainstorm with you on like solutions, or do you want me just to listen? And leave it there and accept their answer, accepting the answer of my teenage daughter, accepting the answer of my friend whom I love and I really want to help, right? Because when we do that, when we give that invitation and then honor what they say, no, I'm good, I've got this, I just need you to listen. Then if they ever get stuck and they do want help, who's the first person they're going to come to? You. Right? Because when you accept that answer of, no, I'm good, I got this, then you say, yeah, I agree. I think you are capable and smart enough and, wise enough to be able to figure this out on your own. That's what you're saying in accepting that. Yes. And so, you're just breathing belief into people. And then when they get stuck, they know they can come to you and there won't be judgment there and there won't be any of that stuff. You're safe. You're a safe place for them to process through things. So that can be really hard for a moon in Sagittarius because they love speaking their truth. But if they can do that, it turns that urge into a superpower. Basil, lemon, spearmint, and patchouli. Spearmint's that throat chakra, okay? Capricorn. Capricorns are responsible, practical, all right? But low vibe, they can be overly ambitious or perfectionistic. I love having Capricorns in my life. They're doers. I'm a thinker. I'm an idea person. That's where my strengths lie. And so then partnering with people that are executors and doers really is an amazing combo. So somebody with a Capricorn moon might they thrive when they are in charge of making things happen and getting things done. The trick is they might slip into a victimhood mentality. Oh, I have to do this. Nobody else can do it right. I'm the one that always has to do this, right? And so being careful of that, like perfectionistic, overly ambitious, or like victim mentality is real key for Capricorn. And if these negative things show up, don't just brush them away. Feel into it. What's the feedback? And then shift. And these oils and these crystals can help with that shift, help with the not only the shift, but the analyzing part as well. Okay. So we can receive the lessons and then move forward. Fennel, arborvitae, and cypress are good ones for Capricorn's moons as well. Aquarius. So this is my moon. And so Aquarius is innovative and independent, able to see the logical side of things, and ideas abound with freedom to create. So Aquarius actually tends to have a reputation of being a little unemotional. And because we can see the logical side of things, like I don't get riled up super easy. You mess with my people, I'll get riled up, and that's one of the ways I see inequality or injustice, I get riled up. But for the most time, I can see that logical side of things and be able to come at it from an analytical point of view and help with that peacekeeping process, because I have a Libra rising as well. So I'm really good at peacekeeping, okay? The lesson for me is to not disregard the emotions altogether. Because if I step out and don't pay attention to that emotional side, I can start to use people instead of serve them. And learning this about myself, learning about my Aquarius moon and seeing that and going, oh, and seeing the areas where I have started to use people rather than serve them was very, very eye-opening for me. And so that is part of what I strive to do, is be better with that. Fluorite is great for that. And just so happens that fluorite's one of my favorite stones. So Aquarius. It's also, you can do tangerine, melaleuca, ylang ylang, black spruce. That was another combo. That's the original combo I made for Aquarius. And the Aquarius symbol is just squiggly lines, 2 squiggly lines. Kind of like our brains sometimes. Pisces, last one in the zodiac. Wrapping it all up with Pisces on that emotional side, deeply perceptive, compassionate, all right, able to connect with others, and for a great capacity for giving. But they often can feel, if you have a Pisces moon, you might feel misunderstood or overextended. Okay. And so being able to recognize that and see when you need to take a step back and gather yourself again, because a lot of times these people are pretty, like empaths and things, if you have a moon in Pisces. And so learning how to kind of shield, using these oils is going to be great too, to help keep you at center and keep you in that high vibe. And then beautiful amethyst is the wonderful crystal for that. The original blend I did was geranium. There's geranium again. Geranium, cedarwood, and tangerine. And those numbers 2, 1, 2 are just the number of drops. So it's really not a lot of drops either. Okay, so just in summary, so this might be a good like screenshot page or whatever. The next 2 pages, it's going to show all 12 of the blends with the crystals as well. So we have that one of Aries through Virgo. And then we have this one with Libra through Pisces. All right. So you have the ebook, and I will get it to you if you did the ebook in the chat. And I have a Google Calendar that you can actually know when the moon is in that sign on a day-to-day basis, so you know which oils to diffuse on a given day. So you can choose to wear oils for like your moon sign kind of all the time or diffuse that regularly, or you can keep track of where the moon is at any given time. And my calendar is a really great way to do that. I didn't want to have to look it up every day, so that's why I started creating the calendar. So the Moon Signs and Oils kit that I have is the Aroma Essentials kit. And it just so happened that that kit had the 10 oils that I use for these 12 zodiac signs. So it's a different combo of these 10 to do all the signs. And really easy to bring to work, a beautiful diffuser with it. And we have a promo code right now. And what is the free oil that they get with the promo code at the like that $100 price? Is it a lavender touch?
Well, I'll tell you for sure. It is a lavender.
Lavender touch.
Yeah.
So lavender is so wonderfully calming. I have some like allergies and stuff, and I was holding my daughter's guinea pigs, and I don't do well with hay, and they have to eat hay, and so they have a lot of hay particles like on their body, and it was making me itchy. And I didn't want to sneeze. I was about ready to go to bed. So I like put lavender all over me because it like can help with that histamine response. And I didn't get all itchy. It was great. I didn't get sneezy. I didn't get itchy. And I had been doing that. And it's like, even after all these years, I still get to remind myself. I still get to be in practice. Fortunately, I had the oils out. And so that would be one of my biggest tips for, our Wellness Made Simple, is to have your oils out and ready, have them in sight so that then you use them. Because if you're like me, if I don't see it, a lot of times I'm not going to think about it, right? So have them on your bedside table, have them on your counter, have them at your desk at work, have them in these different places, and you'll be empowered with these simple tools, powerful tools for your wellness. So one thing I do want to mention, and I'll stop my sharing here, is that with wellness, there's a wellness of physical, mental, emotional wellness, but there's another aspect of wellness that a lot of people are very concerned with right now, and that's financial wellness. And a lot of people don't know, but doTERRA is an amazing opportunity to be able to have a second income, and by simply helping people find wellness and taking somebody by the hand and helping them find solutions. And it really is so very simple. You saw with our foundational wellness and with these foundational oils, wellness is simple. And a lot of times we just need that person to walk alongside us and hold our hand a little bit, to give us the confidence to take those steps that we need and just bounce ideas off of. And so I love doing that. And so if you're interested in increasing your income and having a secondary income, I would love to talk with you. I'd love to partner with you. I'm actually looking for 2 business partners to walk alongside me. There's an incentive trip happening right now too, and it's to the Dominican Republic. And so in the next 6 months, let's see, is it 6 months? March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months. I want to help my 4 business partners, 2 that I have and 2 that I am looking for, get this free trip to the Dominican Republic next February. All right. So if you are interested in doing that, I would love to talk with you. And really, in the next several months, there is a very clear path to even increase your income by $500 every single month. It's very straightforward. It's not salesy. It's just helping people and loving on people. And just think, what would an extra $500 a month do for you? And if that could do good things for you and your family, and you are interested in helping people through, in helping their wellness and loving on people, let's talk. Because doTERRA could be the avenue, that thing that you've been looking for, that missing piece. Everybody's different. I'm going to connect with different people than my other 2 business partners. And so we're going to be able to impact a greater number of people together because of our differences. And so through that, we're going to be able to change the world and help the world heal, one person, one drop at a time. So thank you so much for coming. We're going to break right now and do the moon signs candles. We'll help you pick your oils and find your moon sign and go for it. All right, guys, have a great night. Love you all. And if you have any questions, leave them below. And I'm seeing people, they would love to go to the Dominican Republic. Let's do it. Let's do it. Love it. All right. So let me know if I can answer any other questions for you. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.